All right, boy, go get the stick. Why would you bring this back? We're called stick hunters, you dork.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Recap Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at set number 8990, Fero and Skirmix. The set contains approximately 148 pieces, was released in the winter of 2009, and during time of release was approximately $20. Alright everyone, here we have it, the first Titan of 2009. Now before I get into the review, let me get my disclaimer out of the way. Just because there are pros and cons in this video does not necessarily mean they are my personal opinion. I do my best to keep my videos as objective as possible, and as such, any and all comments should be assumed to be either community opinions or objective facts about the set I can represent on camera. So please, unless I explicitly say so, do not assume that anything in this video is my personal opinion. Okay? Okay. Now then, let's get into the review. First of all, story-wise, Fero and Skirmix, and for clarification's sake, Fero is the rider, Skirmix is the creature. Fero and Skirmix are part of a group called the Bone Hunters, and basically their whole job in life is to make things difficult for everyone else. They go around Bar Magna, they lay waste to cities and towns and whatnot, and just hoard all the resources. So that's what they do, and Fero is a fairly important player in all that. Let's go ahead and look at them separately first, and then we will look at them as a package deal. Let's go ahead and get everyone's favorite part of the set out of the way, and look at the mediocre part, and that's being nice. Here we have Fero. Now, color scheme-wise, it's really difficult to go wrong with this. It's just really 3, 4, 5 colors, and primarily it's just black. We, of course, have the green intermixed with this sword piece, and we have the Thornax launcher, and this is a new piece right here, and what you do is you shoot it like that. So, it does work most of the time. Articulation, of course, is rather poor, only having 2 points of articulation in the legs, the arms, and 1 in the head. So, Fero, as far as Agori builds go, and as far as Agori type sets are concerned, is really, really boring. There's nothing interesting about him, at least that's what most of the community believes. He is generally regarded as one of the most boring additions to anything ever, minus a few exceptions. He doesn't really have any new pieces. He doesn't have any new recolors. At least none that I can remember. So, that's Fero. Now let's get to everyone's favorite part of the set. Skirmix. That's right, the Bionicle Dinosaur that everyone really wanted. So, he actually does have quite a few new recolors. As far as new pieces are concerned, he does have this little gear, this counter, and this is part of the game that I will go over in the 2009 overview. As far as recolors are concerned, we actually have quite a few. The headpiece, this jaw piece, and the claw piece right here are all new recolors. And so really it's all kept to the head, and it looks rather nice. So Skirmix, his stature, it's rather good. Obviously he's a dinosaur. Articulation is, it's not bad. Really what you can do with him, you can do really good poses. Like this, he can be more T-Rex-like, looking down. And he does have some T-Rex aspects to him, tiny arms. So you can kind of make him look more like a T-Rex, or kind of straighten him out a little bit. Looks more raptor-like. A lot of really great dynamic posing with Skirmix here. Articulation's really good. Not so much in the arms, only 2 points. But in the neck, you got technically 4. 1 in the jaw, 3, 4 in the tail, and several in the legs. So, definitely no shortage of articulation with this guy. Now, some small issues that people may have with the set would be some gaps. Obviously, we do have that in here. A little bit in the torso, some in the legs. Other issues, far more reliable issues, you could say. You'd be able to guess them more readily. Would be the open axles, very heavily featured in the legs here. And the blue pins, also in the legs, a couple on the head, one on the torso, stuff like that. Some people don't mind, but that is generally regarded to be an issue with this part of the set. Stability is rather good. It has the larger of the two Paraka feet, so he might be a little front heavy at times, but nothing that a stance wouldn't change. Tail's a little bit basic, however it also does not need to be that complex. It works as a tail just fine. And that's effectively Skirmix. People really do like him. The underside isn't even that bad either. It's actually rather well armored. Sure, you got your Technic Beam and your foot that's trying to come off. Come on. Get back in there. No? Okay, fine. But, you know, again, it does what it's set out to do rather well. You even have these cool looking dew claws back here, and that may help with stability to some degree. So most people really do like Skirmix, because he's basically a Bionicle Dinosaur, and he's done, at the very least, the minimum of what he's required to do. So there are some issues, but for the most part, he is rather well liked. And look at that face. See? He's happy. So, that out of the way, let's go ahead. Yep, come on. And see how they look as one. Now, there are two ways you can take Farro off of Skirmix. The first one is the way I just showed you, and the second, you can disconnect him from that piece and the red axle like so. So, let's see. Go ahead and put him on. Really easy to do. Kind of tuck his legs in there a little bit. Tilt his head down like he's looking down on you. Throw an axe launcher. Sword. Ready. And you're pretty much all good to go. And really not a whole lot changes. The dynamic is not all that different. Sure, Skirmix has a little bit of extra height onto him, thanks to Farro, but that's assuming you have him more raptor-like and not T-Rex-like. And color scheme-wise, sure, there's a lot more black added, but it's generally regarded as a neutral color when it comes to building sets. So it doesn't clash, it does not really affect it a whole lot. One major addition would be this red axle here, but he already has some red axles over here, and those are kind of complemented by this right here. And this is excused because it's kind of tongue-like. So, there's not a big issue with having Farro there. Some people would take him off and just throw him away because he's not that great on his own. And when you lump him up with Skirmix, most people generally say that, it's really just Skirmix, and then Farro's just there. Because Skirmix is the majority of this set. So, overall, most people do like him. If you want a Bionicle Dinosaur, I would definitely suggest you get this set. If not, then, well, don't worry about it. But what do you guys think? Do you like Fero and Skirmix? Do you like Farro? Do you like Skirmix more? What do you think? Let me know either in the comments below or on the TTV message boards at board.ttvpodcast.com. Thank you all very much for watching, and join me next time when I look over, that's right, the mighty Tuma. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.